Ahoy, mateys, and welcome aboard. This is Captain Jack Scrapper. For those of you who are watching this as a replay, please remember to hit the thumbs up. You can do it. It's real easy. Just click on it, the up one. And thank you for coming aboard to watch a replay. But here we are. There. Click on a comment to show it on the screen. Okay, yeah, I knew that. Okay, so how do I get rid of that now? Do I click on it? Hide it. There. All right. Just came over from Tumbleweed RV Life and Tracy and Christian, and they did a cool interview with the couple, the Cupcake Chronicles, Life in a Truck Camper, and I'm definitely going to be subscribing to them. They look like a very cool couple. Now, we are changing the format today just a little bit. And before I forget, how could I forget? Tonight has changed. Tonight, I will not be broadcasting. The reason, RV on the Wayside and another channel, which I can't remember their name, they will be doing their first fundraising show. As far as I know, it's the first fundraising effort in order to, it's a charity event, okay? And I think it's pretty cool. For handicapped people, people who maybe are more or less shut in or restricted to what they can or cannot do due to circumstances beyond their control. I'm glad now that I chose circumstances in my title today. Circumstances being for the efforts to raise funds for the charity is to give somebody something that they will never ever forget and could not have been able to accomplish in their lifetime due to handicaps. Handicaps, whether it's physical or, well, physical, but even people who can barely pay the bills, couldn't go to a state park if it was across the street. No, pretty cool thing that RV on the Wayside and a bunch of other channels are involved in now to raise money in order to send someone on a Caribbean cruise. I think that's pretty doggone cool. If I had the ways and means beyond my meager, well, I would get even more involved in this. After all, Pirates of the Caribbean. Victoria May, welcome aboard. Good to see you. You're the very first. Welcome aboard, Lassie. So back to it. As I understand, Kenneth Oakes has been honored to be the first recipient of the Caribbean cruise. That is fantastic. A little bit crazy. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Jeff. Oh, you guys are great. Glad you're here. So that, I think it's going to be an awesome show tonight. I have preempted myself. I mean, I could have said, "No, I'll be stubborn and I'll do the guessing game tonight, regardless." Well, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to let Donovan take over the 6 p.m. slot tonight because of the charitable fundraising efforts. I support it. I definitely support it. Frederick Heron, welcome aboard, dude. Trying to remember, you sent me something. What was it? It was a couple days ago. Yeah. The other things that are going on, circumstances. Okay, so the circumstances for tonight's show being gone for me is because of the charitable events taking place. And now, is this going to go on every Saturday night? We'll see. If it does, well, then we'll just do the guessing game at noon only. But at some point in time, I think, I'll be back on at 6 p.m. as well. And we'll continue, at least, as long as it's more or less popular, we'll continue guessing the channel. And it's a synchronicity kind of thing that it's working out this way because I am right now on my MiFi, and I've learned that streaming is using quite a bit of gigabytes. Well, that's okay. Now, when I'm being my pirate, that seemed to be working quite well, but in the last 3 weeks, as many of you know, hasn't worked all that well. Had some issues. So I can still hop on, the codes haven't changed, nothing like that, but for some reason, the signal strength from my pirated Wi-Fi source is not as strong as it was. Not strong enough. Everything keeps buffering or, Oh, no, Vicky, I was not aware that you are not up to par. To check more into that. Prayers for you, Victoria. Blah. I can't talk. So I actually had to put on clothes today for 2 reasons. One is it's kind of chilly here because this is why we don't have the green screen up. We're our hot and dry period right now. I ran the lawn sprinklers last night, and I'm running them right now. I mean, it's dry enough here that the cows, they're only giving powdered milk. So, yeah, it's dry. I've just sounded better than saying it's drier than a popcorn fart, don't you think? But yeah, so I had to put on a pair of shorts to go move the sprinkler. I didn't like that. I hate clothes. You knew that. Okay. Lisa's asking Vicky about what's going on. Good, I want to know too. All right, so now you know 2 circumstances. One is signal strength. So I'm using up the gigabytes on my MiFi, and I'm trying to make my MiFi last all month. I pay for 30 gigabytes per month on the MiFi. I do have an extra 15 per month on the Chromebook. Of course, I'm on the desktop computer at the moment here in the little tiny office. Yeah, UFOs. Yes, Frederick, it was about UFOs. I appreciate that. I'm always interested in that. And coast to coast last night was, well, usually on Friday they have that one guy that talks about the latest stuff with UFOs. And last night, in between falling asleep, I caught that the Navy is doing more releases, and now they're trying to say that they released something that they weren't supposed to release. Who knows, right? As they say, which ball are we trying to keep our eye on? Well, here's another ball for you to think about. No, I'm not talking about chubby checkers. Jane Bray, welcome aboard. I just saw you over at Tumbleweed RV Life, and I tried to answer you, and when I put in the @ JA, you know how you answer a chat person, it didn't work. Don't ask me why. It just didn't. So that's why I just said hello by typing your name. And we were talking about engineering. Okay. Frederick and everybody else. I got a post that was forwarded to me by Tina's The Outsider concerning there's a problem. Hacking cough, raw chest, running nose, sick stomach. My goodness. My goodness. Jeepers, Vicky. I'm not a doctor. I hope you've been to the doctor. It sounds like you better. All right, back to what I was saying. Anyways, Tina sent me this link. Apparently, these plastic water bottles there's little tiny plastic particles, probably microscopic, I guess, that we are intaking when we drink out of a plastic bottle. I would assume it doesn't matter whether it's water or Dr. Pepper or whatever pop you might drink out of a plastic bottle. Who knew? Okay, you don't trust the doc. Okay, then come on over and we'll stretch you out and figure out what's wrong with you. Doggone it. Praying for you too, Vicky. Thank you, Jane. There's so much crap going on now. So like I said to Frederick, here's another ball to keep our eye on. Pretty soon we're going to run out of eyes. Standish, Michigan, Lisa, is about 60 miles north of me. About 60 miles. It's up, if I'm recalling correctly, Standish is up by Big Rapids. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm guessing it's an hour away, hour north of me. I'd have to pull a map up quick, double check myself, but yeah. All right, so back to keeping our eyes on the ball, or the balls. We got UFOs, we got the COVID, we got, not trusting this politician or that politician or this party or that party, or when are the Russians going to do something? And it goes on and on and on. And now we're talking about plastic bottles not being good for us. So, like I said to Tina, do I go back to drinking from the garden hose? Oh, working a pipeline. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That's great, Lisa. We've recently had some pipeline work done to the east of me. Kind of interesting how they do that work. It wasn't a huge pipeline. I would say maybe 8 inches around, maybe 12. kind of hard to judge the diameter of something when you're looking at it from, you're driving and they're laying pipe alongside the road. But that's cool. And then from what I understand, if you're in that type of work, it pays well. And I would assume let's hope it continues. I, for one, don't see anything wrong with pipelines. I am not an anti-oil person. Hello. They do away with oil. How are we going to generate electricity? Solar? Wind? Okay. How are you going to manufacture the products to make solar panels and wind turbines and all of that energy? Well, you're going to burn coal, or you're going to burn natural gas to make electricity, to run the factories that manufacture the solar panels and the wind turbines, and the list goes on and on. You want to charge up your electric car? Be my pest. Where does electricity come from? Well, you can't have nuclear. No. Nuclear, there could be a 3 Mile Island or a China syndrome. The China syndrome has never, has it happened? You tell me. But, okay, so you can't do it that way, and you can't, they don't want you to use oil or coal products to generate electricity. Okay. Got a pop-up. No, it wasn't a pop-up. It was a Facebook message. Anyways, the blue-eyed Cherokee Princess. Anyways, I would love being in my dream bike camper up in the trees away from people. You can ride a bike camper up into the trees. Are you running a fever, did you say, Vicki? What are you smoking? I love it. I hope, sure, you feel better. Please, 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 please. All right. So is everybody having difficulty guessing the feature channel for noon today? All right. Back to our keeping our eyes on the balls. Circumstances, reasons, and excuses. Well, I don't know about the excuses necessarily, but yeah, there's probably some good reasons, and in my opinion, I'm following God's lead. Just because. There are, as said, I'm running the air conditioner, so I can't use the green screen today. So that makes things a little more difficult for guessing the channel. What in the world did I write there? Looks like it says Terminators. No, temperatures. The reason the green screen isn't up is because we've got to run the air conditioner. As I said earlier, it's very warm outdoors, and Holly needs it cooler in here too. I can handle it, but she needs the air conditioning. Frederick is saying, oh, your dream E-Jeep. I got you, Vicki. Yes, I got you. Dreams are fun. I was dreaming of flying last night without an airplane, without help. Just jump off the cliff and fly. The episode in Texas this winter opens people's eyes with the wind power. Yes, I thought of that. I totally agree. Although, from what I understand, they could have avoided some of the issues had those wind turbines been winterized. But again, I'm looking for a word that starts with A. Not accustomed. When you are used to something for a long time, apathy. People caught with their pants down because they're apathetic. And not just the general public, but utility companies. Are you kidding me? The government. Oh, I thought they were keeping an eye on things so everybody was safe and protected. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Texas was very sad this past winter. And surrounding states as well. Yeah, asinine. That's a good one. Apathetic and asinine. Thank you, Frederick. I don't know what I'd do without you. I got to bring you up here as a co-host. Hang on a second. I'm thirsty. It's dry. Yeah, lukewarm coffee. It'll be all right. So, I hope everyone's doing better than Vicky. And I want Vicky to feel better soon, like now. My plans for today, I do hope to get on tonight for the charity events with RV on the Wayside. Charity event. I call it events because there's going to be more than one recipient. As many of you know, Fordman, also known as Kenneth Oakes, is the very first recipient of a Caribbean cruise. That is so cool. I've got a few things going on this afternoon. I hope to do a little more work on synchronicity. I think I told you last week her batteries have been upgraded. And I'm working on another thing that you might all like, and perhaps I'll do a short upgraded video or a video of the upgrades. They're slow upgrades, but that's okay. And I'll continue to water the grass. I haven't done the east side of the house yet. It needs water too. The grass is starting to kind of look a little crisp, if you will. I mean, there's still some green in there, but it needs some water. And been making sure the flowers. Holly planted a bunch of hostas, and I can't remember the other name. Anyway, she's got quite a few flowers that she's put in the ground, and God healed me of depression, PTSD, chronic pain, and addiction. Fantastic, Jane. Godspeed. That is great. That is the best news I've heard all morning long. Yeah. Tomorrow I am headed to Kalamazoo. That's about 45 minutes south of Grand Rapids, or about an hour. I figure an hour always to go from here to Kalamazoo. Traffic being hopefully mild in the morning. It won't be in the afternoon when I'm coming back, but I have some work to do for my daughter on her house. Seems I'm the only person who knows how to do vinyl siding. Well, I know how to do a few other things, but yeah, the vinyl siding didn't get done before the weather turned cold. So it's a finish up job that will be taking place tomorrow. And it's going to be 90 plus degrees. That's why I'm going to go early. Try to get it done by early afternoon. And then enjoy the rest of the heat and meander home. Maybe I'll swing over by Hartford and see if I can find Blaine. Spinning and winning with Blaine. probably won't afford. I don't feel like losing $20 in the casino. But the driving around, just kind of zigzag back home, you never know what you're going to see. Who knows? A video may come out tomorrow because of something I saw in between here in Kalamazoo. I love to take the back roads. Yeah, the expressway, fine. Zoop, zoop. 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. What did I see? Nothing but, as Frederick would say, asinine drivers. You know, they're looking at me like I'm a poor boy. And I'm looking at them like, did you see my bumper sticker? Don't laugh, it's paid for. They're making car payments. I'm not. Ha ha. Lost $42 in the casino. That's not fair. That is not fair. Somehow this guy named Blaine, I watch him quite a bit. He's fun to watch. Spinning and winning with Blaine. Yeah. He's always at the Hartford Casino. Sometimes he's been to Vegas a couple times, and but he films when he's playing the machine, and he especially films the bonuses and he seems to have a knack for winning. Well, you can film all the good stuff, or maybe you could film real life and say, okay, I put a $20 bill in and I won $80 and I walked away. Good for you. Good for you. That's great. But what about those times you walked in and put it in a $20 bill and you walked away with zip? Or you got the credit card out. Don't do that. Been there, done that. They didn't have any t-shirts for sale, but I was so broke I couldn't buy one anyways. There. I'm not much of a gambler. Let's put it that way. There's 2 casinos in between me and Kalamazoo, and no, sorry, not going to. Let's see, did I? Yes, I did. As you know, I will not be live tonight because RV on the Wayside is doing a special event for the Caribbean cruise giveaways, and had to check that message just to be sure there wasn't anything important on it. Oh, Jane. Okay, I'm going to write that down. I would love to see that. I'm sure it'll be beneficial. And I'm going to put it out right now. We need blessings. If you can be inspired by someone, here's a person for you, Jane Bray. I believe it. I believe, period. There are many, many ways that God blesses us. We may not see it. We may not see it. We may just so busy in our rat race lives at times that we don't see the blessings. But you do definitely have to stop and smell the roses. And by the way, my rose bush is just about in full bloom, and it smells so nice when I step out the door. Got a pretty good size rose bush. I would say she's a good 8 feet in diameter and 5 feet tall. And she's loaded with roses. The type of roses that only bloom for about 3, maybe maximum 4 weeks this time of year. And they're very enjoyable for that few weeks that we get from them. Alma Chen, welcome aboard, Lassie. It's so good to see you. Alma Chen is in Taiwan, and I really enjoy her videos. It makes me want to just take a slow boat to Taiwan because I'm scared of flying. Jane says she has roses. Yep. The roses always perk me up. I did lose 1 rose this year. Sunside Don thought it would be a great thing to fertilize that rose plant. He over-fertilized it and it died. I didn't tell him that it cost $65. But it was one of the everblooms. Blooms all, starts blooming in May and continues blooming until mid-November. Just right on blooming all summer long. Not a lot of scent to it, but beautiful, beautiful rose plant. But it's gone now. Will I replace it? Well, not with another one, although I would like to, but I'm not spending $65 right now. I have other things to save money for, and they just gave us another assessment for these stupid poop pumps, as I call them. I live on a lake, and we have lift pumps that we pay monthly bill for. It's $95 a month, and now they just tacked on another $215 for this month only. So there goes $300 right out the door. There are times when I wish I did not live so close to the lake. A climber rules called a Westerland. I am not familiar with a Westerland, but yeah. Well, most of you know I love roses. See, KT Spirit is odd typing my parents on my That is hilarious. You got to see KT Spirits. Yeah, you got to go there. Yeah, they'll be $100 soon, Frederick. And, when I first moved here, they were $44. That wasn't so bad. $44 a month. It's 10 years now that I've been here, and it's $95. And some of the neighbors here who have been here much longer than me, when they switched over from having septic tanks to hooking up to the sewer system, thank you, Alma. At that time, the township said, well, these rates will never go up. Liars. Yeah, don't trust the township. At least if you're poor. But I know when they were getting ready to raise the rates, me and another neighbor, we showed up at the township meeting. And this guy could buy me out and you out and a few others out. No problem. He's a multi-millionaire. He raised hell. Didn't do any good, but he did raise hell. He didn't like to see the bills jumping up. And now these people, they only are here, a lot of the people who live directly on the lake, they're only here for 4 or 5 months out of the year. So guess what? They're not pooping in their toilet or using their sewer system in the winter months. They're gone. They're back at their year-round homes or whatever. They're only here in the summertime. But yes, they get to pay $95 a month plus taxes. They're not here. I would say that's not fair. Okay. Oh, the rose bushes? Yes, you're right. I'm sure there'll be some kind of a shortage on rose bushes. Keep your eye on the ball, Frederick. But you know what? There's got to be a computer system somewhere where they grow all the rose bushes, and it's going to get hacked and held for ransom, and then the rose bushes will definitely be, hell, more than $100. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, Jane, there's a few of them right around me, and I think they would like to get rid of my shack and put up one of those. Well, how about you give me 10 times what I paid for this shack, and I'll pack up and leave. Give me 2 years. It'll take that long for me to pack up everything. But I want the money now. And I want a moratorium on my taxes while I'm getting out of here. Seriously, though, I could make a profit here. Do I want to leave yet? Oh, not just yet. I still like the neighborhood. I've made some good friends here. You know, whether they live in a shack same as me or they're multimillionaires. There's good people here. There's also some snot-nosers that don't like Captain Jack for some reason, because he's got a beat-up pickup truck full of scrap. Some of that scrap probably came out of their garage, because yesterday morning I woke up, back of the truck, the back of the truck had nothing in it. Now it's half full of scrap metal. I have no idea who put it in there. Wasn't me. I'm grateful because, you know, scrap prices are up right now too. You know, I think we're up to $220 a ton, which is good. I mean, we were down to $80 a ton a year ago. Keep your eye on the ball, Frederick. Scrap prices will probably drop by the time I take it in. Another ball to watch. You know, us scrappers back when it was so low. This was 5 years ago. It was just bone dry. We were lucky to get 6 cents a pound. And then the administration changed, and they were going to build this great big wall. And all of us scrappers are going, yes, they're going to need metal. They're going to need metal. They're going to need metal. Scrap prices are going to go up. Never happened. I think maybe the materials actually did come from Mexico, not from the United States. Over the Hill RV. Hey, welcome aboard. It is great to see you. Have you guessed the lucky channel? I mean, the featured channel yet? When you do guess, everybody will be surprised. Just to fill people in, because we've only got another 20 minutes left. Tonight, Captain Jack, the evening edition of the Guess the Channel, is not going to be on tonight. I have preempted myself. RV on the Wayside will be on at 6 p.m. and it's a charitable broadcast. There's a collaboration going on, of course, between their channel and another channel, and there's more and more channels jumping aboard as well. Yeah, Frederick, I was thinking that there'll never be a shortage of scrap as long as I'm around, because I got a lot of junk. Hey, this air conditioner, picked it up alongside the road. It's been running for 2 years, runs fine, keeps the whole house cold. My house is 960 square feet, cools the whole house. Sometimes it's too cold. And it's not terrible on electricity. I mean, yeah, I see my bill go up, but the electricity bill is going to go up regardless, whether I'm paying for mine or somebody else's. Sheepers. But yes, tonight, no Captain Jack Scrapper at 6 p.m. And who knows? We'll see what next Saturday brings. I will definitely be on one way or another. Hopefully, I'll have some of my Wi-Fi issues solved by then. I got some ideas on how to resolve it. Will I be broadcasting from my office? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm looking to get a better Wi-Fi signal, even if it means I got to set up, well, eventually I got to set up the camp. I got to set up the computer corner, so to speak, the office in the motorhome. So I have a place to broadcast when I do have a good Wi-Fi or a MiFi signal. So perhaps it's time to get that done. I still want to work on the outside a little more this week, and I want to work on the mechanicals. But she's coming along. She's rocking and rolling. I haven't taken her out on the road, but she has been moving back and forth in the yard a few times. Love the purr of that diesel. Excuse me. Yeah, it's hard to put a price on comfort. You're right. As long as I can afford it, Frederick, why sacrifice? Why sacrifice? You know, if it gets to a point where, well, gee, you know, we can't run the air conditioner because that means we'll have to eat dog food. All right, let's buy something a little more nourishing than cheap dog food and not have the air conditioner on. It's not that quite bad yet, but the boy wants to go somewhere. All right, bon voyage. Have a safe, happy weekend with whatever you're doing. That's good to know. Glad you came aboard, KT Spirit. As said, I'm going to Kalamazoo tomorrow. Who knows? There could be a video possibilities. I find them. Just take the back roads. Yeah, you just never know. I am putting in a security system in the motorhome. Kind of, sort of. It's a beginning of a security system. It's at least not technically an alarm, but it is proof if something was to go wrong, you know, in the middle of the night. There's just been some odd things happening of late in the area. I think some people, unfortunately, are getting desperate for their fix, and there's been some robberies. Let's put it that way. So I think it's time to at least protection of a little bit. It certainly makes sense to me to have some kind of security going on, and it's not going to cost me a lot, not to get started. Now later, yeah, it could cost a little money. We'll see. It reminds me, I got some SD cards I got to check out. Captain Jack ran out of something to say. Not really. Not really. I'm a jabberwocky sometimes. I'm hoping that wherever you all, mateys. Oh, Uncle Lisa's here. In real quick, between periods in the World Cup hockey tournament. All right. Iceland is 2 to, or Finland is 2-1 against Germany. A thriller, not a good one when some hot blonde is a cop. It's just pure horror. Uh-oh. Well, it sounds like it's horror for the Germans at this point in time. It's good to see you, Uncle Lisa. Glad you came aboard. We're just yik-yakking along. No one's guessed the featured channel today. That's okay. We'll have to postpone them. I was just telling everyone we're not going to be on tonight. I've preempted ourselves for RV on the Wayside for the charity, the special charity thing. So I think that's going to be good. Yeah, one way or another, Frederick, you're right. So that is pretty much it. Did I mention Tumbleweed RV Life? They interviewed a couple today. I think I did mention it. Cupcake Chronicles. Life in a Truck Camper. Now, I haven't watched any of their videos yet, but I'm going to. They seem like a cool couple, and funny. Definitely sense of humor, and that's always good. Okay, the Germans are playing really good. They gave up both of our goals for free. Well, that's nice of them. We're going to have to do the snapshot. And what's that? My hockey terms are slipping away. I'm surprised that someone else hasn't brought it up, because I know quite a few hockey fans. Holly's a hockey fan, at least when Detroit's playing. The Wings. So, Uncle Lisa, while you're here, does that start at the bottom with more or less local towns competing against one another and expanding to nationals, and then moving on from nationals to, obviously this is more World Cup, or does it start differently where you have national teams that move up, or how does that work? So I know it's not Winter Olympics time. Alma Chen. Alma Chen, are you watching the hockey games over there in Taiwan? Do you have hockey games in Taiwan? I know you have baseball. I don't think you've shown it, but I've heard of that Taiwanese people enjoy baseball, whether watching it or playing it. I enjoy baseball. My team isn't doing all that great, but that's okay. Still root for the Tigers. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you all hitting the... Okay, national teams. Semifinals now. So sadly, the USA lost against Canada earlier. Yeah, I knew that. Or I heard that somewhere just in a blip on the radio. Winner of Germany and Finland will meet Canada in the final. We better watch out for those Canucks. Secretly, they bow to the Queen. just so you know. I love all my Canadian friends. And so do you, Uncle Lisa. Yeah. USA could possibly get third. Does that get us a Slurpee cup? Boat races. Yeah, that sounds good, Vicky. Yes, I do remember Al Kaline, Frederick. I think I just gave away my age. He was one of my heroes. And Sunday afternoon, when the Tigers were playing in the summertime, our radio was on. And Dad and I were listening to the Tigers game. And Ernie Harwell, the announcer. Dan Dickerson does a great job. Nobody's going to be another Ernie Harwell, but Dan Dickerson does a good job. I do have some issues with his sidekick. If his sidekick says buggy whip one more time, just one more time. Isn't buggy whip for sulky races? I'm just saying. The boy wanted to go back in his cage for some fresh food. Ha ha. Well, that boy. Okay, now I'm catching on. The boy. Makes sense. Baltimore, Maryland. Okay. I did not know that. Well, if I did, I've forgotten. Chances are good that I've forgotten. But I've still remembered more than you'll ever know. Or wait, no, that's not how it goes. I've forgotten. I've forgotten more than you'll ever know. My dad used to say that. Okay. Bye, Uncle Lisa. It's good seeing you, Jen. Very good seeing you. Glad you came. Don't bother tonight because I won't be on. But do watch RV on the Wayside. It's for a good thing. And say that to all of you. We got 9 people here aboard. RV on the Wayside tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Slo Momentum, KT. Welcome aboard. You're just in time to get thrown overboard. No. I was just telling everybody, I will not be on tonight. RV on the Wayside will be on tonight with the charity events. You've probably heard of it. I know Blue Wave Odyssey sent out email 2 or 3 days ago. And yeah, I'm good at forgetting too, Frederick. So yeah, that's why I will not be on tonight. I preempted myself. Hydroplane races. Oh, I have never actually attended a hydroplane race. I have seen practice. You know, I've seen some hydroplanes just going like a bat out of hell, but I've never seen a race other than on television, you know. Okay. That's fine, Uncle Lisa. You don't have to leave it running because I'll be off of here in about 6-7 more minutes. Enjoy the hockey game. I don't think I can tune it in. That's all right. I got to go outside and move the sprinkler around. And I'm going to do a little bit of work on the motorhome this afternoon, too. The heat don't bother me. I'll soak it up. You know, unfortunately, they do make me wear a pair of shorts. KT Spirit. My grandfather used to race boats. He owned a marina. Wow, cool. I always thought, you know, owning a marina would be an interesting thing, although I'm sure could be an insurance nightmare. Live walking distance from the river where they happen. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Vicky. Now get feeling better right now, right away. And I want to hear about you walking down to the river and back without hacking, without feeling shitty. Go, Habs, go. All right, Jane, who are the Habs? Habitat for Humanity. I'm just guessing. Habs. Is that Iceland? Or is that a racing team? I'm thinking it's a hockey team. Or a nickname for a hockey team. The Germany Hamburgers. Is that it? Hey, I'm clueless. And if I ever did know, oh, I don't mind it, Fred. Bring it on. Humidity is actually good for me. And heat, I don't mind. Well, I do have an out. I have a couple outs, actually. If I was to get to the point where I wanted to get out of the heat, well, I actually have 3 options. There's shade. Well, right now, there's a breeze. We do have a breeze that comes down off the hill heading towards the lake. And I'm right in the middle. So that helps. And I have shade. I have an air conditioner, but I have the lake. And Dennis put part of his dock in. So I can go fall off Dennis's dock. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I wouldn't doubt that the water temperature's going to go up today, but it's always refreshing. Definitely refreshing to be all hot and sweaty and go fall off of Dennis's dock. So if anyone out there is having issues with heat and humidity, please do find a way to keep yourself cooled. As said, the humidity is good for me. I need humidity. In fact, if I do make it out to Arizona, which I believe certainly that I will be, it may be too dry out there for me. So I may have to actually bring humidifier or more than one to keep the humidity up for me. Other people do good with low humidity. I do not. Nope. I don't want to bleed to death. When I had some aneurysms, and they told me that it was preferred, that it was caused by low humidity. And that was during that year we had like 15 below zero for a week, and the humidity in the house just went way down, and bam, I was bleeding like a stuck pig. The stickiness, yeah. See, I don't mind the stickiness. It doesn't bother me. I'll run through the sprinkler. Okay, City Herald. That is a local article that Vicky just posted, so we should go raid it. Let's do a raid on the cityherald.com news. I bet it's about boat racing. Could be about something. Vicky might surprise us. She could. All right, mateys. It's 1 minute to, and I think we're going to call it. So I'm glad you came aboard. I will see you next Saturday, God willing. Probably see you in chat rooms or chat room. You know what I mean. See you in chat on somebody's live. Until then, fair winds and smiles. And of course, may God bless. Thank you, mateys.